Hi again. And today I thought I'd talk a little bit about the similarity I've been finding between these stages of loss and grief, which of course are not stages that are linear, but nonetheless stages of loss and grief, COVID-19 and living with chronic pain. Because it's become very clear to me that there is such a strong connection between all three of those situations. And for those that aren't aware, there are 5 or 7, depending, on where you're at looking at it, but 5 stages of loss and grief are the original stages by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. And they talk about denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance. And I just want to go through those for a minute with regard to COVID and chronic pain. Because certainly at the beginning, we were all denying the fact that there was going to be this massive pandemic. And it was really impossible for us to get our heads around. And then, of course, there was this anger for many of us that how dare somebody tell us what to do, and these restrictions on us. And, it's not somebody else's place to tell us that, because we've not lived like that before. We haven't been in that kind of almost dictator type of role for many of us that live in, democratic countries. And then we went into this bargaining of, well, maybe if I just go here, it'll be safe. I'll just do this. I'll just do that. Surely I'll be okay there. And then for many people, they got really low and depressed about, or very flat, if not depressed, about how things were going for them and the restrictions. And then we got to a stage of, okay, this is the way it is. We need to kind of just buckle down, deal with it, and hopefully it will pass soon. And then boom, second wave happens. And all of a sudden, we get to that point of kind of denial again and anger again, that bargaining, and it goes round up and down through the various stages. And it's so similar to chronic pain because, when most of us start realizing that we living with chronic pain, there's this real denial. Surely no, not me. It can't be that way. I don't want it to be that way. So it really is that denial. No, it's not going to be like this forever. And then a lot of anger about this isn't fair. Why me? Why does my life have to look like that? Why can't people help me? Why can't I find a cure? Why can't I be specific about what it is and find something in today's day and age that can help me with my pain and manage my situation? And then there's the bargaining, maybe if I do a bit of this or a bit of that, I'll be okay. Maybe if I do go back to work full time, I'll cope. And then very often that doesn't work and depression sets in because people, first of all, our life has changed forever, and it's scary what it's going to look like. It's very scary. Our relationship with friends and family is different. Life just looks totally different when you live with chronic pain or any chronic condition. And then at some point there's hopefully for many of us an acceptance. This is how it is. How best am I going to manage this? And then all of a sudden we have a flare up again, a bit like the second wave of COVID. And we start to go through all of that again, hopefully to a lesser degree, but not always. So we start that denial, we start that anger, the bargaining. It's not in a linear direction, as I said before. It's all over the place. But it is so similar to kind of how I think the COVID situations happened, the second wave, and the chronic pain and the flare-up. So look, I just thought that was interesting. In my clinical work, it's really become apparent that is so evident, this loss and grief for so many people at the moment living in today's world. So I just thought I'd kind of make that comparison. Maybe people will get to understand people living with chronic pain a little bit more and be a little perhaps less judgmental and more sympathetic towards us. So I'll leave you with that. I hope that you stay safe. I hope that you have a wonderful week and that you connect with the people that are important to you and that you really are at that stage of acceptance. But if you move backwards and forwards, that's okay, because you will be able to move forward at some point in time. So until next time, bye. My book's out in a couple of weeks, very exciting. Living with Chronic Pain from Okay to Despair and Finding My Way Back Again. That level of acceptance. Okay, see you next time. Bye.